It's time for Financial Battle. On this episode, two teams will compete against each other for a chance to win various prizes and a huge cash prize of $500,000. Let us meet the contestants. Up first, we have the Hurricanes, featuring Slade, Nick, Tanner, Jarel, and Jordon, going up against the Wildfires, featuring Caden, Kate, Blakleigh, Kendall, and David. Who will win this episode? The Hurricanes or the Wildfires? Find out today on Financial Battle. And now, the moment you all have been waiting for, the star of our show, the one and only, Hello Nelson.
Thank you all so much for that spectacular introduction. You really shouldn't have. It is my pleasure to be hosting this brand new game show, Financial Battle. Now, allow me to explain how the show operates. There are 3 rounds. Round 1 has 8 questions, and in a similar format to Family Feud, Round 2 has questions worth different points, with a minimum of 1,200 points to win the round. And the third and final round has 5 questions. And if the answers add up to 200 in Round 3, victory is there. But with that being discussed, let us meet the competitors! Oh, hey there, Caden. It is a pleasure to see you compete on the show.
Likewise with you. Me and my team members came up with the name, the Wildfires.
Oh! You guys are really rocking with that name. Even though I know you personally, do you mind introducing your teammates to the viewers at home?
I was just about to do that. As you know, I am Caden Messina. Standing next to me is my girlfriend Kate. Up next we have Blakleigh. Then we have Kendall, who is on the varsity team. And lastly, we have David, who is another good friend of mine.
And there you have it, folks. We have met the Wildfires. Now let us meet the opposing team. What's good, Slade? How you doing?
I am doing great. Thanks for asking.
That's good to hear.
We all came up with the team name, the Hurricanes.
Oh, damn! That's a really fire team name.
But anyways, allow me to introduce the rest of my team to the viewers. The name is Slade Coffey. Standing next to me is Nick, who is a second close friend of mine. Up third, we have Tanner Lovejoy. Fourthly, we have Jarel Mumphrey. And lastly, we have Jordon Odom.
And just like that, we have met both teams. So let's get down to business. Hurricanes, are you ready?
Damn right we are.
Wildfires, are you ready?
Oh hell yeah.
Are y'all ready? Yeah! Then let's battle for some money and prizes. I need Slade and Caden to the podium. So here is how it goes. There will be 8 questions in this round. Top 7 answers are on the screen. There will be a 3-strike rule per question. If you end up with 3 strikes, the opposing team gets to steal the question in points. You can only get points for questions if you clear the screen without getting a 3rd strike. But for question 1, name something that you will normally associate with New Orleans. Caden.
Since I am a football fan, I will go with the New Orleans Saints.
I like your answer, but is it up there? And that garnered 12 points for your team. Pass or play?
Oh. We are definitely playing.
You heard them, folks. The Wildfires are playing. Okay, Kate, name something you will normally associate with New Orleans.
How about Mardi Gras?
Pretty common, but is it up there? And what do you know? It's our top answer. We now go to Blakleigh. Name something you will normally associate with New Orleans.
Is crawfish an option? I sure hope it is.
Getting pretty hungry, aren't we? But will the screen allow us to eat? And it looks like the screen allowed us some food. We now go to Kendall Morice. Name something that you will normally associate with New Orleans.
A big bowl of gumbo.
Still hungry yet? Is gumbo on the screen? And we have gotten more food. And we now move on to David. Name something that you will normally associate with New Orleans.
A plate of jambalaya.
We still hungry. Give me jambalaya. Sorry, David, but that was not an option. This team now has 1 strike.
What? How is that not an answer?
We now return to Caden. Name something that you will normally associate with New Orleans.
Does the French Quarter count?
I don't know. We just have to check the screen to find out. Caden, that's 2 strikes. 1 more and the Hurricanes get to steal.
Holy crap.
We now come back to Kate. Okay, so you determine whether or not the opposing team gets to steal if you answer incorrectly, so answer wisely. Anyways, name one thing that you will normally associate with New Orleans.
Ah geez. I can only think of jazz music, is that correct?
Not sure, but give me jazz music. Sorry, Wildfires, but Kate here got you your third and final strike for the question.
Dang it.
This means that the Hurricanes get to steal. You guys now get the question since the Wildfires got 3 strikes and failed to clear the screen. But, name something that you will normally associate with New Orleans.
This may sound pretty obvious, but Cajun culture.
As you said, it's pretty obvious and also a general heading. But, does the screen agree with us? And who wouldn't thought that it was worth the least amount of points? We now move on to Nick. Name something that you will normally associate with New Orleans.
Say, why not go with the symbol of the city itself, the fleur-de-lis?
I like your thinking, but do we have it? And your critical thinking just garnered 18 points. This last one goes to Tanner. Now Tanner, if you get this one right, your team clears the screen and accumulates 84 points. Think smart. Name something that you will normally associate with New Orleans.
This one might be pretty underrated, but second line parades.
Now that's a darn good answer, but is it there? And just like that, people, the Hurricanes are at 84 points and the Wildfires are yet to score. We are now on question 2. I need Nick and Kate up to the podium. For the second question, we are going down the science category. Name a cell organelle that students learn about in biology. Nick.
Let's go with the nucleus.
Pretty common, but will it appear on the screen? And that was our top answer, worth 24 points. Pass or play?
You already know it. We're playing.
You heard them, people. The Hurricanes are taking this question. Name a cell organelle that students learn about in biology.
The ribosomes.
Let's see if that is one of our options. Give me ribosomes. And that just added another 15 points. We now move on to Jarel Mumphrey. Name a cell organelle that students learn about in biology.
Let's go with the cell wall.
I like your answer, but does the screen agree? Sorry, Jarel, but that was not an option. Your team now has 1 strike, 2 more and the Wildfires gets to steal. It's now Jordon's turn. Name a cell organelle that students learn about in biology.
The mitochondria, or the powerhouse of the cell.
I love the meme reference, but is it there? And who wouldn't thought it would have been the second answer at 21 points? The ball now passes to Slade. Name a cell organelle that students learn about in biology.
Is the chloroplast an option?
I don't know. We have to see if it pops up on the screen. Hurricanes, that's 2 strikes. 1 more and the Wildfires gets to steal, so be careful.
What? How is chloroplast not an option?
It's back to you, Nick. Now, if you get this one wrong, the question goes straight to other team, so think and respond carefully. Name a cell organelle that students learn about in biology.
Seeing that the options are present in both plant and animal cells, why not go with the cell membrane?
Oh wow. I like your analyzing, but will it pop up? And I'm happy to say that your analyzing gave your team 18 points. We now go back to Mr. Lovejoy. Name a cell organelle that students learn about in biology.
The vacuoles.
Good option, but we have to see if the screen concurs. And that equated to 15 points, only 2 remaining. We now go back to Jarel. Name a cell organelle that students learn about in biology.
I know that the endoplasmic reticulum has got to be there.
Now that's one hell of an answer, but will it show up? And that just added another 9 points, only 1 remains. And this last one goes to Jordon Odom. Now Jordon, if you get this one right, your team gets the full points, but if you get this wrong, it goes straight to the Wildfires. So I think before answering, name a cell organelle that students learn about in biology.
Is the cytoplasm up there?
Let us see. Come on, give me cytoplasm. And the Hurricanes are now at 189 points, and the Wildfires are still at 0. We are now moving on to the third question. I need Tanner and Blakleigh to the podium. Okay, you two, here's question 3. Name a city that begins with the letter D. Tanner.
Dallas, Texas.
Now that's a satisfactory response, but do we have it? And That started y'all off with 24 points. Pass or play?
You know it, we are taking this.
You heard them, people. The Hurricanes are playing this question. Name a city that begins with the letter D.
Denver, Colorado.
Good answer, but does the screen approve? And that was worth 15 points. Up next we have Mr. Odom. Name a city that begins with the letter D.
Detroit, Michigan.
Another good answer, but will it appear? And that was worth 21 points. The ball now passes to Slade Coffey. Name a city that begins with the letter D.
I believe you are looking for Dayton, Ohio.
Let's see if the screen is searching for it as well. And that was our bottom answer, worth 9 points. This next one is for Nick. Name a city that begins with the letter D.
Dubai, United Arab Emirates.
What a fancy guess, but will we go there? And that was our top answer with 27 points. Only 2 left. We now return to Tanner. Name a city that begins with the letter D.
Des Moines, Iowa.
I like your response, but will it be seen? Sorry, Tanner, but that was not an option. That's 1 strike. 2 more and the Wildfires gets to steal. It's back to you, Sir Mumphrey.
Is Dakar, Senegal on the screen?
There is only one way to find out. Give me Dakar, Senegal. Jarel, that's incorrect, and it also resulted in the 2nd strike. 1 more and this question goes to the opponent. We now come back to Jordon. Now Jordon, if you miss this one, it goes straight to the Wildfires and you will not get the points, so think before you speak. But anyways, name a city that begins with the letter D.
Gee. Is Davao City, Philippines an answer?
Let's find out. Come on, give me Davao City, Philippines. Sorry, Jordon, your response wasn't there and it resulted in your 3rd strike. This means the Wildfires gets to steal. Let's see if they can come up with better responses. Now Caden, this is your chance to finally come on the scoreboard. Use it wisely. But anyways, name a city that begins with the letter D.
Let's go with Dublin, Ireland.
Seems like a cool city, but does the screen concur? And it carried back 12 points from Europe. Only 1 remains. This last one goes to Miss Campione. Now Kate, if you get this right, you get full points. But if you get this incorrect, you get a strike. Name a city that begins with the letter D.
Is the screen looking for Durham, North Carolina?
Come on screen. Give me Durham, Ireland. And that leaves the Hurricanes at 189, and the Wildfires are finally on the scoreboard with 126. We are halfway through this round at question 4. I need Jarel and Kendall up to the podium. Okay guys, here's question 4. Name something that is associated with the season of summer. Kendall.
Let's go with beach trips.
Now that's pretty common, but will we be receiving it? And that was our top answer, which is worth 30 points. Pass or play?
We are definitely playing this question.
And there we have it. The Wildfires are taking this question. Name something that is associated with the season of summer.
The 4th of July.
Pretty interesting that it's around the corner. Will it happen earlier for us? And it looks like we saw 27 minutes of fireworks. The ball now passes up to Caden. Name something that is associated with the season of summer.
Ugh. Freaking hot weather.
Yeah, that can be mad annoying, but is it there? And we have a temperature raise of 12 degrees. This next one is for Kate. Name something that is associated with the season of summer.
How about some ice cream to cool us off?
Now that sounds so sweet and refreshing, but will we? And the screen was generous enough to give us 18 cones. This next one goes to Blakleigh Pierce. Name something that is associated with the season of summer.
How about bikinis?
Oh damn. I like your response, but is it there? And bikinis was worth 21 points. Only 2 remain. We now return to Miss Kendall Morice. Name something that is associated with the season of summer.
I say vacations.
Now that's another good answer, but will we be going on one? Give me vacations. And we received 24 days of vacation time. Only 1 remains. And we come back to David for the last one. Now, Mr. Loaicano, if you get this one correct, your team gets the full points. But if not, you get a strike. So, get ready. Name something that is associated with the season of summer.
How about summer fruits such as watermelons?
Another refreshing treat. But will the screen agree? Give me summer fruits. And we now have the Hurricanes at 189 and the Wildfires at 273 points. Next up is the fifth question. I need Jordon and David up to the podium. Okay, people, here's the fifth question. Name a city in Texas. Jordon.
Let's go with Dallas.
Now that's a pretty good answer, but is it up there? Sorry, Jordon, but Dallas isn't an option. This means that your team has one strike already.
What the hell? How is that not on the screen?
Let's see if David has a better answer. Name a city in Texas.
Let's go with Houston, the largest city in the state.
That sounds like a great city, but is it up there? And we visited Houston with 33 points. Pass or play?
We choose play.
You heard them, folks. The Wildfires are answering this question. Name a city in Texas.
How about San Antonio?
I like your response, but is it on the screen? And that gave y'all 27 points. And this next one goes to Kate. Name a city in Texas.
I am gonna go with Austin, the capital city itself.
I like your response, but does the screen agree? And we just got back from the capital city with 30 points. We now move to Miss Blakleigh. Name a city in Texas.
Is El Paso an option?
There is only one way to find out. Give me El Paso. And that just gave y'all 21 additional points. The ball now passes to Kendall. Name a city in Texas.
How about Fort Worth?
Oh man. Will that be popping up on the screen? And the Wildfires are dominating this question. Only 2 remains. We go back to you, David. Name a city in Texas.
Have you ever heard of Lubbock?
I have, but has the screen heard of it? Give me Lubbock. Oh wow! They are still dominating this question. Only 1 left. This last one goes to Caden Messina. Now Caden, if you respond correctly, your team gets full points. Failure to do so will result in a strike. So, think this one through. Name a city in Texas.
Is the vibrant city of Amarillo there?
Damn. Y'all are on a hot streak with this question. Is your answer correct? Give me Amarillo. And the Wildfires are leading with 429 points, while the Hurricanes are still at 189. We are now on to the sixth question of this round. I need Slade and Caden up to the podium. Okay guys, question 6 is similar to the previous question in a sense, but anyways, name a city that is located in Florida. Slade.
I am gonna go with Fort Lauderdale.
Sounds like an excellent city, but will the screen let us go there? And that started y'all off with 24 points. Pass or play?
We sure as hell need points, so we are definitely playing.
You heard them, people. They lack points. So they are taking this question. Name a city that is located in Florida.
How about Jacksonville, the most populous city in Florida?
Thanks for the trivia, but will Jacksonville show up? And it looks like Jacksonville gained 30 more people. And this next one goes to Tanner. Name a city that is located in Florida.
Let's go with Orlando, aka the theme park capital of the world.
Again, thanks for the trivia, but will we be going to any theme parks? Give me Orlando. Oh dang! We got 36 hours of partying in theme parks. The fourth one goes to Mr. Jarel Mumphrey. Name a city that is located in Florida.
Is the screen looking for Tampa?
I don't know, but there is only one way to find out. Give me Tampa. So far, so good. Tampa was worth 27 points. Up fifth, we have Jordon Odom. Name a city that is located in Florida.
How can anyone forget this one, Miami?
I was just about to say that, but will the screen acknowledge? Damn! The Hurricanes are dominating this question. Only 2 remains. We now return to Slade Coffey for the sixth one. Name a city that is located in Florida.
I am gonna go with Tallahassee, the state capital.
Another piece of trivia, but will it pop up? Give me Tallahassee. Oh man! The Hurricanes are still killing this question. Only one more. We now go back to Nick for this last one. Now, if you get this one right, your team receives full points, but if not, your team gets a strike. But anyways, name a city that is located in Florida.
Is Pensacola the missing city on the screen?
Right now, you guys are on a streak that you don't want to lose. Give me Pensacola. And the Hurricanes finally got points now at 388. And the Wildfires are at 429 points. This is the second to last question of this round. I need Nick and Kate up to the podium. Alright people, this is the seventh question, and it's pretty similar to the first question. Name something that is associated with Mississippi. Kate.
Pretty obvious, but the Mississippi River.
Okay, it's literally in the name. Will the screen concur? Let us find out right now. And that was our top answer worth 39 points. Pass or play?
You already know how this works. We choose play.
You heard our audience. They are going to answer question number 7, piece by piece. Name something that is associated with Mississippi.
The city of Biloxi.
A southern city known for its beaches and casinos. Will the screen let us vacation there? What do you know? It's our bottom answer worth only 21 points. Up third we have Kendall Morice. Name something that is associated with Mississippi.
The blues, a musical genre.
Well, if you want to listen to some music, ask the screen to give us the blues. Come on now. And now is a good time to unwind the 30 songs. And the ball now passes to Mr. Loaicano. Name something that is associated with Mississippi.
Did you know that Mississippi played a crucial role in civil rights history, especially in the 1950s and 60s?
Why, thank you for that little historical reference. Is the screen educated about it? And it looks like the screen already took some history classes, cause it's worth 36 points. The ball passes up to Caden to take this next one. Name something that is associated with Mississippi.
Not sure if this is up there, but it is known as the hospitality state.
I don't know. I will check the screen. Give me hospitality state. And it appears that the cliché is actually true. Only 2 remains. This next one goes straight to Miss Kate Campione. Name something that is associated with Mississippi.
Have you ever seen those beautiful coastlines along the Gulf of Mexico, southern Mississippi that is?
I have seen pictures of southern Mississippi, but will it appear on the screen? Give me coastlines. Oh wow! The Wildfires are still on a hot streak with this question. Only one left. This final one goes to Mistress Pierce. Now Blakleigh, if you respond correctly, your team gets full points. But if not, a strike will occur, so think and evaluate carefully. But with that being said, name something that is associated with Mississippi.
A little racist, but cotton field.
No offense taken, my friend, but in all seriousness, people, is the screen looking for cotton fields? Oh well, it ain't there. But, sorry Blakleigh, but you just killed that hot streak with the result of 1 strike. 2 more and the Hurricanes get to steal. Let's see if Kendall has a better response. Name something that is associated with Mississippi.
How about its main nickname, Magnolia State?
Sounds good, but is it a saving grace? Give me Magnolia State. Wildfires, that's 2 strikes. 1 more and the Hurricanes get to steal. And if you look over there, the Hurricanes are already strategizing. Let's see if David here can save y'all. Now David, you are the one that determines whether or not this team gets full points for this question. If you answer incorrectly, it goes straight to the opposing team, so think carefully. But anyways, name something that is associated with Mississippi.
Oh man. Is the DeSoto National Forest on the screen?
Oh man. The Wildfires are in a tight spot. If only David's answer is the saving grace. Give me DeSoto National Forest. And the Wildfires are fortunately at 639 points, while the Hurricanes are still at 388. And we are finally on question 8, the last question of the round. I need Tanner and Blakleigh to the podium. Okay people, this is the 8th and final question of round 1. We are almost 33% true, but back to the main point. Name any type of Mexican cuisine. Blakleigh.
Let's go with tacos, the most iconic dish itself.
Right now I am craving some. Will the screen let me take a lunch break? And that was our top answer worth 42 points. Pass or play?
You already know it. We select play.
You heard her, folks. The Wildfires are taking the last question of the round. All right, Miss Morice, name any Mexican cuisine.
Is this luscious icon on the screen? Burritos.
Like you said just now, it's another icon. But will we receive some burritos today? $39 for a burrito. Now that's some crazy stuff. Thirdly, we have David Loaicano. Name any Mexican cuisine.
Now I am gonna say empanada, but I think it's more of a Latin America thing. Who knows?
You seem to be struggling there. You confident about your response?
I guess so. Just check the screen for me.
Well, if you say so, come on now. Please appear. I hate to break your confidence, but the screen wasn't looking for that, and this team now has one strike.
Damn it. Should have said something else.
The mic now passes to Senor Messina. Name any Mexican cuisine.
Well, how about carne asada, a type of steak?
God damn! Now you are speaking my language. Come on now, give me carne asada. Well, it looks like my stomach just has to wait. But in all seriousness, Wildfires, this is now your second strike. One more and the opponents get to steal.
Fuck. We gotta be careful.
This next one goes to Kate. This can go two ways. Answer correctly, you save your team from a third strike. Answer incorrectly and the Hurricanes gets to steal. But with that being said, name any Mexican cuisine.
Well shit. Is enchiladas on that darn screen?
I don't know, Kate, but I hope it's a saving grace. Give me enchiladas. And what do you know? Enchiladas was the saving grace for the Wildfires. And we now return to Blakleigh Pierce. Name any Mexican cuisine.
Another mouth-watering food, fajitas.
As you said, it's mouth-watering, but will the screen dish some out? Am I the only one that notices that we are going in a perfectly ascending order right now? And it's now back to you, Kendall. Name any Mexican cuisine.
My response is tamales. And did you know it's also a Mesoamerican dish?
Why, thanks for that piece of knowledge. But will the screen pick up a book and learn? And we are still following an ascending order. Only two left. And this next one goes right back to David. Name any Mexican cuisine.
Oh, I know. Horchata, not a food, but a refreshing beverage.
Oh man, I am starting to feel thirsty. But will I be getting anything to drink right now? Sorry, Wildfires, but Senor Loaicano thought it would be a good idea to fuck this up and give y'all your third strike.
Son of a bitch, should have sticked with food.
This now means that the Hurricanes get a chance to steal. Now Slade, this is your chance to finally get some points to catch up, so use this opportunity wisely. But with that being talked about, name any Mexican cuisine.
My answer is tostadas, or fried corn tortillas with various toppings.
I like your answer, but will it be there? And will we still follow the perfect ascending order rule? And what you know, both of my questions were answered, and there is now one left. And this last one goes straight to Nick. Now, if you answer this one correctly, the full points are all yours. But if not, you get a strike, so think smart. But aside that, name any Mexican cuisine.
Another pretty common dish, but I'll settle for guacamole.
Now, you people are on the verge of receiving 231 points for this question. But is Nick's answer the key? Give me guacamole. And just like that, viewers, we have now completed the first round of the episode, otherwise 33% done, with the Hurricanes sitting at 619 points, and the Wildfires in the lead with 639 points, a 20-point margin, and the screen over there shows the current standing and points in the game. Will the Wildfires continue their hot streak in round 2, or will the Hurricanes outshine the Wildfires with some darn good luck? Find out when we return right after this break. Welcome back to Financial Battle Episode 1. We are now on to Round 2, and in case if y'all have forgotten from the beginning, you need at 1,200 points to win this round. There are different questions each worth 100, 200, 300, or 400 points. You get to choose which question you want and get the points respectively. But if you answer a question wrong, the opposing team steals 25. 100% of your points. But with that being said, let us start with the hurricanes. I am pretty sure you already heard how this works. Are you guys ready?
We sure are.
Okay. Will you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or 400 point question?
You know, they always say it's best to start from the bottom, so let's go with a 100-pointer.
I mean, Jarel does have a fair point, so 100 is the best right now.
So it's settled. We're going for a 100-point question.
If y'all say so, 100-pointer it is. What type of rock is formed from the accumulation of sediment? Is it A. Igneous, B. Metamorphic, C. Sedimentary, or D. Extrusive?
You know, we can use context clues to answer this question.
Come to think of it, the answer is C, based on the word sediment, and we know that sedimentary is an adjective.
You two made good points. The answer is definitely sedimentary rocks.
Okay, we choose C, sedimentary, as our final answer.
Now that one gave you guys a hint, but regardless, is it the correct answer? And y'all started off smooth. And up next, we have the Wildfires. I am pretty sure y'all heard how it goes, so no need to explain. But with that being said, are you guys ready for round 2?
You bet your ass we are.
Okay, will you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or 400 point question?
I think we should start off easy at 100.
As much as I think we should start easy, why not go with 200, so we can get ahead of the hurricanes?
I mean, Kendall does have a point, and besides, 200 is still fairly easy.
So yeah, we should go with 200 for Kendall's and David's reasons. So sorry, Blakleigh.
It's all right.
With that being discussed, we choose 200.
All right, 200 it is. Which Supreme Court case declared segregation in public schools unconstitutional, is it? A. Plessy v. Ferguson, B. Marbury v. Madison, C. Brown v. Board of Education, or D. Roe v. Wade?
Again, we can use context clues to answer this question.
Since the word education is associated with schools, the answer is definitely C.
I can see where you are coming from. Let's go with C.
In that case, we select Brown v. Board of Education as our final answer.
Again, this is another hint question, but is C the correct answer? Come on now. And they got the 200. The next question is for the Hurricanes. All right, will you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or 400 point question?
Don't you guys think we should step our game up to 200 points?
I was thinking that we go with 100 for this question to start off smoothly.
But at the same time, 200-point questions shouldn't be that hard, and we will get ahead of the Wildfires.
I get that, but we should still start smoothly and then work our way.
Hold on, I know how to settle this. Let's do a vote. Raise of hands if you think we should go with 100. I see that's 3 votes for a 100-pointer. So Tanner and Jordon, you both are outnumbered.
It's been decided. We are going for a 100-pointer.
Here is your question worth 100 points. Which river forms part of the border between the United States and Mexico? Is the answer A. Mississippi River, B. Colorado River, C. Rio Grande, or D. Columbia River?
You know, this is one pretty easy. It's the Rio Grande.
Yeah! I'm glad that we stick with mine and Jarel's ideas.
In that case, we select C, Rio Grande, as our definite answer.
You guys sure sound confident with your answer, but is it the right one? And the score is now tied with 200, and it's now back to the Wildfires. Will you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or 400 point question?
Seeing that it is still early in the game, let's go with another 200 point question.
I was thinking the same thing. We should take the harder questions as the game continues.
Our minds are made up. We select a 200-point question.
I see that y'all are playing it safe for now, but here's your question. What type of organism is an amoeba? Is the answer A. Bacterium, B. Virus, C. Fungus, or D. Protist?
You know, we can start by eliminating B and C, since they make no sense.
Now that leaves us with A and D. I think it's some type of bacteria.
Now that is where you are wrong. I think it's protist.
But how though? I mean, amoebas are unicellular just like bacterium.
Remember guys, all protists are eukaryotes. Bacterium don't have a nucleus, but amoebas do, so the answer is D.
I told you so.
In that case, the answer is protist.
You guys selected D, protist, as your answer. Is it correct, though? What do you know? The Wildfires are 33% away from beating this round. And this next question goes to the Hurricanes. Will you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or 400-point question?
I think now is a good time to step the game up. I say 200 just to keep it steady.
I agree with you on that one. We should step up but keep it steady.
Same here as well, bro.
The decision is final. We are taking a question that is worth 200 points.
Okay, let this be a 200-pointer. What is the name of the process by which a gene's DNA sequence is copied to make an RNA molecule? Is the answer A, transcription, B, translation, C, replication, or D, mutation?
We know that replication and mutation have nothing to do with RNA, so we eliminate those options.
That now leaves us with A and B.
Guys, remember we did this in biology. The answer is A. Since translation has something to do with amino acids, leaving A is the only option.
Oh yeah. Now I remember. Thanks, Slade.
We already came up with a final answer, and it's transcription.
You guys seem pretty unbothered, but does the screen agree with you? Oh look! We have a tie with both at 400. The ball now passes to the Wildfires. Will you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or 400-point question?
How about we go with a 300-point question this time around?
What makes you suggest that?
Think about it. We are over 30% through, so at this point we should aim for more difficult questions.
I suppose that's fair enough.
In this situation, we will like to select the 300-pointer.
I can see that you are all now stepping it up. Here we go. Which event triggered the United States entry into World War I? Is the answer A, sinking of the Lusitania, B, Zimmermann telegram, C, assassination of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, or D, attack on Pearl Harbor?
Shit. Now this is a hard one.
Maybe we should start by eliminating D since it took place 2 decades after World War I.
Good call, but it's still a fucking head-scratcher.
Damn it. Maybe try eliminating another answer.
In your case, I have a feeling C should be eliminated since I have never heard of the guy.
Or maybe let's just say a random bullshit answer and hope we get it right.
Honestly, Kate, I think elimination is a better approach. Let's kick C out, and I have no idea what the fuck B is about.
So that leaves us with A. Let's hope it works.
Are you guys done deciding yet?
Yes. We choose A. Please tell us it's correct.
I can see that you guys found this one hard, but let's see what the screen has to say. Sorry, Wildfires. That was not the right answer. The correct choice was B, Zimmermann telegram. The Hurricanes took 25% of your points, which means that they now have 500, and you guys are now down to 300.
Fucking damn it. It didn't work.
To be fair, that was challenging as hell.
This next question goes straight to the Hurricanes. Will you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or 400-point question?
Is it just me, or do you think we should take another 200-pointer?
You are not the only one. Since we just got an advantage, why not take a 200-point question?
And not only that, it will keep us on the smooth road.
Our minds are made up. We are requesting a 200-point question.
A strategy of playing it safe. But here is your 200-pointer. What is the capital of Iceland? Is the answer A, Oslo, B, Reykjavik, C, Helsinki, or D, Stockholm?
Not too horrible for a question. The answer is B.
Yup. Reykjavik sounds just about right.
All right, Khalil. We choose B, Reykjavik, as our definite answer.
Now that was quick. Does the screen think it's right? Give me Reykjavik. The score is now 700 to 300 respectively. It's now back to the Wildfires. Will you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or 400-point question?
Oh, screw it. We should take another 300-point question.
You sure about that? We did that the last time and we messed up.
Well, Blakleigh, it's a risk we are gonna have to take. And besides, it's our only way if we want to get back on track.
I suppose you have a decent point, but I am still kinda skeptical.
Like Caden said earlier, it's a risk we are gonna have to take in order to get back on track.
I suppose you're right.
It's settled. We are taking a question worth 300 points.
Want to try again with a 300-pointer? Well, here we go. Which island is the largest in the Mediterranean Sea? Is the answer A. Sicily, B. Cyprus, C. Crete, or D. Sardinia?
We can start by eliminating B, since it's a country, and not an island.
Forget the process of elimination, I got the answer right off the bat.
And what is that?
Why, it's the island of Sicily in the Mediterranean.
I mean, I was going to say that, but thanks anyways.
We have agreed to select A as our final answer.
I can see that you guys are trying to get back on track, but will the screen consent to it? And the score is now 700 to 600. The ball now shifts right back to the Hurricanes. Will you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or 400-point question?
Seeing that we are close to winning, why not upgrade to a 300-point question?
Yay. And besides, we are more than halfway through the round.
So it's been decided, we're upgrading to a 300-pointer.
Okay, then it's a 300-point question it is. Which layer of the atmosphere contains the ozone layer? Is the answer A. Troposphere, B. Stratosphere, C. Mesosphere, or D. Thermosphere?
I already know this one. It's stratosphere.
Or it could be the thermosphere.
Remember, the thermosphere is responsible for communications, the mesosphere for asteroids, and the troposphere is vital for maintaining life, so that leaves the stratosphere.
What Jordon said. It's definitely the stratosphere since the other three don't seem like a reasonable answer.
We have decided that B, stratosphere, is our final answer.
I see that you people are feeling confident, but is it accurate? Give me stratosphere. And the score is now at 1,000 to 600. And this next one is for the Wildfires. Will you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or 400-point question?
Okay, since the Hurricanes need 200 points to win, why not choose a 400-pointer so we can be at the same pace as them?
Good point there, David. Let's go with 400 in order to pick up the pace.
In that case, we are upgrading to a question that is worth 400 points.
Damn. You guys are determined to keep that winning streak. A 400-pointer will be shown. Which country has the largest Muslim population? Is the answer A. Saudi Arabia, B. Pakistan, C. Indonesia, or D. India?
First, let's eliminate India since it's predominantly Hindu.
Now that leaves us with Saudi Arabia, Pakistan and Indonesia.
Hold the phone for a minute. I once read an article saying that Indonesia is home to 13% of the Muslim population globally.
Now that sounds pretty credible. Guess we will go with Kate's answer.
Okay, we have decided to select Indonesia as our final answer.
Getting information from an article, let's see if it was credible the whole time. Come on, give me Indonesia. And the score is tied with 1,000 apiece. And this next question is for the Hurricanes. Will you guys like a 100, 200, 300, or 400-point question?
Since we only need 200 points to win, why not go for a 200-pointer?
Or maybe we can go for another 300-pointer, for extra points.
I actually agree with Tanner. Plus, it wouldn't hurt to have the extra points.
Well, Nick, it looks like you are outnumbered on this one, because I actually concur with Tanner and Jarel.
It's been decided. We are going for another question that is worth 300 points.
I see that you want that extra point, but your question awaits. What was the primary purpose of the Federalist Papers? Is the answer A. To support the ratification of the U.S. Constitution, B. To argue for the Bill of Rights, C. To oppose the Articles of Confederation, or D. To promote the American Revolution?
Son of a bitch. This one is sure a damn head-scratcher.
Maybe try eliminating some options, like C for starters.
Come to think of it, Federalists at the time believed in central governance, so C will be eliminated.
Another elimination would be D, since the American Revolution started before the Declaration of Independence.
Which leaves us with A and B. I personally think it's B.
Let's do a voting. Raise of hands if you are confident with B is your answer. Okay. Everyone voted for B.
Are you guys ready to respond yet?
Yeah, just tell us that B is the saving grace for us.
Not gonna lie, you guys seem to be scared shitless. But, is B the saving grace? Give me Bill of Rights. Sorry, Hurricanes, but your response was inaccurate. The actual answer is to support the ratification of the U.S. Constitution.
Oh man. I knew we should have gone for 200.
And just like that, people, we have completed 2 rounds of the episode, otherwise 67% done, with the Hurricanes sitting at 750 points, and the Wildfires sitting at 1250 points for this round. And the screen over there shows the current standing and points in the game. But before we go on to the third and final round, I need 2 players from each team. And it looks like we have Slade, Jordon, Blakleigh, and Kendall playing in round 3. Will the Wildfires continue their winning streak and inevitably dominate the third round? Or will the Hurricanes come up with a few tricks up their sleeves and win it all? Find out when we return right after this break. Welcome back to Financial Battle Episode 1. We are now on to the third and final round. And yes, the team that gets 200 points in this round wins at all this episode. But before we move on, what are the 3 prizes that we have that are up for winning?
Up first, we have the MetaQuest 3, a virtual reality headset that is 512 gigabytes in size, comes with 2 controllers that gives you realistic sensations. You can even navigate with direct touch that accurately follows your hand gestures, and it's also family friendly with its built-in privacy features. Secondly, we have the Samsung 65-inch Class 4K Crystal UHD DU800 Series HDR Smart TV. It works with Google Assistant, Motion Accelerator, Alexa and Gaming Hub. It even comes with a built-in speaker, 4K upscaling, HDR, Dynamic Crystal Color and Crystal Processor 4K. And lastly, we have the Logitech G Pro X2 wireless gaming headset that works on PC, the PS5, the PS4 and the Switch. You can enjoy up to 50 hours of battery life, clear communications, clear audio with very little distortions and are also noise isolating.
Thank you, Xenon. Like I said earlier, 2 players from each team will be partaking in this round. I will be asking 5 questions, and if both of their answers add up to a total of 200 points, they win it all. And we are starting off with Blakleigh Pierce. The rest of you 3 are free to get off the stage until I call your name. Okay, Blakleigh, Kendall, and the other 3 are off stage where they can't hear your answers. I am gonna ask you 5 questions, and if you can't think of anything, say pass, and we will come back to it. Are you ready?
I sure am.
That's good. Without further ado, let's begin. Name any continent.
Europe.
Name any mobile phone company.
Apple.
Name any activity people do on the beach.
Sunbathe.
Name any musical genre.
Pop music.
Name something embarrassing that may happen on a date.
Oversharing.
And Blakleigh has completed this round. I need Kendall Morice up to the stage. Alright, Kendall, Blakleigh and the others are off stage where they cannot hear your answers. You may not duplicate any answers. If you do, you will hear. And I will tell you to try again. But if you can't think of anything, say pass and we will come back to it. Are you ready?
I am born ready.
That's good to hear. Now let's cue the music and start. Name any continent.
North America.
Name any mobile phone company.
Samsung.
Name any activity people do on the beach.
Tanning.
Try again.
Swim.
Name any musical genre.
Disco music.
Name something embarrassing that may happen on a date.
Awkward silence.
And that's it for the Wildfires. I now need Slade Coffey on stage. Alright, Slade, Jordon and the others are off stage where they can't hear your answers. You may not duplicate any answers. If you do, you will hear. And then I will say try again. If you can't think of anything, just so pass and we will come back to it. You ready to rumble?
You bet I am.
Good to know. Now let's continue with the scene. Name any continent.
Asia.
Name any mobile phone company.
Google Pixels.
Name an activity that people do on the beach.
Surfing.
Name any musical genre.
Hip-hop music.
Name something embarrassing that may happen on a date.
Encountering your ex.
And Slade has just completed this round. I now need Jordon Odom on stage. Okay, Jordon, Slade and the others are off stage where they cannot hear your answers. You may not duplicate any answers. If you do, then you will hear. And and I will then say try again. If you cannot think of any responses, just say pass and we will return to it. You got that clear?
I got that.
So without delay, cue the music and let's rumble. Name any continent.
Africa.
Name any mobile phone company.
Samsung.
Try again.
Apple.
Try again.
OnePlus.
Name any activity people do on the beach.
Volleyball.
Name any musical genre.
R&B.
Name something embarrassing that may happen on a date.
Pet peeves.
And that's it for the Hurricanes. I need Blakleigh to come back on stage. Okay, we are now going to check your responses to see how many points they add up to. Starting right now. In question 1, I asked you to name any of the 7 continents. You responded with Europe. The screen says only 12 points. In question 2, I asked you to name any mobile phone company. You gave me Apple. The screen says 31 points. Question 3 asked you to name an activity done on the beach. You said sunbathing. The screen says 18 points. Question 4 asked you to name any musical genre. You told me pop music. The screen says 22 points. In question 5, I asked you name something embarrassing that may happen on a date. You responded with oversharing. The screen says only a measly 8 points. And Blakleigh's answers totaled up to 91 points. Only 109 more to win. I now need Kendall back on stage. Alright Kendall, you have a fair amount of work to do since Blakleigh's answers only added up to a total of 91 points. You better hope that your responses add up to a 109 points. But enough chit-chatting, let's view how you did. Question 1 asked you to name any of the 7 continents. You gave me North America. The screen says only 14 points, 95 left to 200. Question 2 asked you to name any mobile phone company. You responded with Samsung. The screen says 25 points, 70 left to 200. The third question asked to name an activity that people do on the beach. You said swim. The screen says 19 points, 51 left to 200. For the fourth question, I asked you to name any musical genre. You answered disco music. The screen says a good 28 points, only 23 left to victory for the Hurricanes. And question 5 asked you to name something embarrassing that may happen on a date. You told me awkward silence. Now, the Hurricanes only need 23 points to win. But is this answer the key? Give me the number 23.
God fucking damn it. It didn't add up.
But hey, don't feel too bad. The game can go anyway. If the Hurricanes don't get up to 200, there will be a sudden death question.
Well, I suppose you are right.
I now need Slade Coffey back on stage. Alright Slade, the Wildfires made it 197, which means you and Jordon have to hope that you surpass that score at 200. If you don't, there will be a sudden death question. But anyways, let's check your results right now. Question 1 asked you to name any of the 7 continents. You said Asia. The screen says 19 points. Question 2 asked you to name any mobile phone company. You responded with Google Pixels. The screen says 26 points. For the third question, I asked you to name an activity that people do on the beach. You said to me surfing. The screen says 21 points. In the fourth question, I asked you to name any musical genre. You answered hip-hop music. The screen says 29 points. Now, the fifth question asked you to name something embarrassing that may happen on a date. You responded with X encounter. The screen says 29 points, 83 left to 200. And if you look at that, Slade did well that the Hurricanes are more than halfway to winning. I now need Jordon back up to the stage. Okay, you have a little less work to do. Slade has managed to score y'all 117 points, but we still have to see how you did. So let's dive straight into that. For question 1, I asked you to name any of the 7 continents. You gave me Africa. The screen says 17 points, only 66 left to 200. Question 2 asked you to name any mobile phone company. You responded with OnePlus. The screen says 13 points, only 53 left to victory for the Hurricanes. Question 3 asked you to name an activity that people do on the beach. You answered volleyball. The screen says 23 points, only 30 left until victory for the Hurricanes. The fourth question asked you to name any musical genre. You told me R&B. If this is worth 300 points, the Hurricanes automatically win. Give me the number 30. Alright, we got 25. Still positive. All we need is literally 5. More points. In the 5th question, I asked you to name something embarrassing that may happen on a date. You answered, pet peeves. Now, the Hurricanes are very close to victory. Give me the number 5 or higher. And the screen says... saving 8 points, which means... And the Hurricanes, which are Slade, Nick, Tanner, Jarel, and Jordon, have won the very first episode of the show. They won the Meta Quest 3, a brand new Samsung Smart TV, and a Pro Gamer headset, plus $500,000 in cash. Thank you all so much.